everyone, welcome back to another lore and modification review. Today we're going to talk about a character not really mentioned very much outside of a book called Timorcon, and we'll talk more about that later. But here we're looking at Magisterix Elspeth von Draken, a wizard of the Amethyst Order, which is the Wind of Death. The Dark Lady of Nuln. She's also an archwizard of the Lore of Death, as I did mention, and she's also known as the Graveyard Rose. For 3 generations, her Black Tower stood at the edge of the Gardens of Moor on the outskirts of the great city of Nuln. She is one in a long bloodline touched by the winds of magic. She is also one of the most powerful death wizards of her time, but she wants nothing to do with the colleges of magic where she used to be a student. And we'll talk more about her story in just a moment. Right now, she'll be fighting a large army from Nuln. I'm using the Ultimate Chaos mod, which I'll have linked down below. If you would like to check out her as a custom character, I will have her modification linked down below too. We have a lot of really cool characters that I would like to introduce over time. And so right now the men of Wissenland are getting ready, and here's a reskin modification, again linked down below, where it changes up the appearance of the men of Wissenland to where they look, well, just much more interesting overall. Here we have halberdiers, swordsmen, outriders, and over here, perched atop a hill, we have our artillery. I mean, we are from Nuln, and Nuln is known for its artillery, so we better have that right here. And currently we're going after, again, minions of Nurgle, who are charging in. We're talking about plague bearers and other monstrosities too, and Nurgle's afflicted. They're pretty nasty. So look at what they have. Knights of Nurgle are charging in. That's pretty cool. Anyway, so as I did mention, she wants nothing to do with the colleges of magic. Instead, she likes to experiment. She is a mystic who likes to go where she wants to go to. She collects mystical artifacts and lore that she guards only for herself, and some say that she's so involved in the winds of death that she's no longer fully human. Now, she spends half of her time between Nuln and another hidden tower over in the Grey Mountains to the west, or she just kind of looks for lost lore all the time. Now, despite her eccentric ways, she's still a member of the Empire and is a bane of anyone who dares to cross her. She has a strong alliance with the Church of Moor and the Council of Nuln that rules the city. Now, if you know who the Supreme Patriarch is, which is Geld, he's a guy who leads the colleges of magic, and he doesn't really trust her, so when he's able to, he has agents trying to keep track of her to make sure she's not up to no good. A lot of people in the colleges do fear that one day she'll make a point to fight with him about that, about being spied on. Now, over the last 20 years, these agents have recorded her fighting at least a dozen battles where she has been the victor, fighting terrible evils and creatures like the vampire Vashara of Lamia, who tried to corrupt a noble family over in Faldorf. And here we go, now we're still fighting. So we're going to go look at her abilities in just a moment. Let's go and get my steam tank in. So we'll pause right now as we begin to look at her, then we'll let the battle play out. So over here, as I said, she is riding on a Carmine Dragon. And here we have Coruscating Blast. The Carmine Dragon's breath weapon is a sorcerer's blast of powerful amethyst magic capable of withering metal and rendering flesh to dust as if millennia had passed in mere seconds. It probably does a lot of damage. We'll probably use that right over here when we get a moment to, just for fun. Now she's got all of our death spells, and that would give a death wizard over to the Empire, which I think would be pretty darn cool and very effective. Let's go look over here real quick while we're able to. So she causes fear and terror. She's got a resistance over to missile damage, which will negate their damage by 25%. Over here, we're looking at Dark Walker. Her body has become so suffused with dread magical power that she stands halfway between life and death. And if you look at it here, increase the power reserves, our power recharge rate, and over here, our hit points will be replenished too. That's only for her and it's map wide. Then over here we have Death's Timekeeper. And if we look at that map wide, reduces leadership by 5, speed by 10%, and vigor, which is stamina, by a further 10%. Alright, hold on. That hourglass is an ancient and storied artifact which is said to contain the pulverized remnants of a dead god of old, and Von Draken has spent much of her unnaturally long life studying its mysteries. While using it, she has some limited measure of control over time and death itself. That's pretty darn cool. We went over that already. She has aspects of Dread Knight and just a variety of spells, but those are her passive abilities, and we're looking at what we're dealing with right now. A swarm of flies reducing our melee attack, and it's pretty brutal what we're looking at right now. And there she goes, using her breath right in the middle of the battle, taking out several of the Nurgles afflicted who are going right for her. But yeah, Tomorkan was a great champion of Nurgle. So in the setting of the book, he's able to broker deals with even the Chaos Dwarfs and other giant creatures too. It's pretty darn incredible and cool. Here we have the Great Unclean One. I don't even know how we're gonna win fighting that thing. It's a pretty terrible creature. Let's go ahead and use some special abilities over here real quick. Now, we're not gonna talk about this character yet, but we'll talk about him later, Theodore Bruckner. But I just kinda wanted to add him in for fun, just to kinda have him in. Okay. Right now, we're going to need our Outriders to try to focus on that Great Unclean One. It's going to be an awful fight, so let's go over here and try to hit that gigantic creature. I don't even want to think about its abilities. It's probably way too powerful for us to handle. Let's go over here and use magic right now. Right now, my infantry are being torn apart. I don't even know what they can do. There's a Nurgle Sorcerer on the way, currently fighting me. I think I might use my Spirit Leech on that Great Unclean One just so we can try to break it. Okay, Outriders, I'm going to have you move back for now. We're taking a lot of damage. I'm going to have all of them hit right over here right now. Not my Hellblaster volley gun. My steam tank will too. Yeah, we'll have our steam tank move right over here. But Halberdiers are going to hold up right now. My Outrider's currently trying to, again, take out that one Great Unclean One, which if you look at it, has quite powerful magic. I mean, it's only a chaos spawn, but when it's larger, it's a little bit more disgusting. If you're into hentai, that's up to you, okay? But there it is right now, currently attacking, and what a fearsome sight, watching Theodore currently stand against a Great Unclean One. What a champion. Now, let's have our own wizard move down over here to damage that creature again. Our right flank will be okay. Our left flank, not so much. They need a little bit of help, so let's go over here and try to help out. My mere mortal men cannot really stand up to them. Outriders come over here. My artillery will also begin to attack over here. I mean, they are from Nuln. They've got to attack over here. We'll go right after that Great Unclean One has killed quite a few of my warriors already. I feel like I'll need to bring my swordsmen over here to help me reinforce my line. My Outriders will move back. They're doing armor-piercing damage. He's still holding somehow. That's a brave man, I'm telling you right now. That's a very brave man. Okay. We're going to let these handgunners go in and fight. Actually, you know what? We're going to leave one of you back over here. Other handgunners, I'm going to bring you over here to the left flank to where hopefully we can begin to take out more enemies. My Outriders are continuing to attack. Let's get them all together on the left flank. We're keeping it in slow motion because these battles are very brief. They will not be here for much longer. We're still attacking that one dread creature. Let's go now and use another breath and attack more of these creatures right now. So here we go. She's attacking once more, and if you haven't seen her just yet, here she is right now. A very elderly lady at this point, but she refuses to die. She's pretty darn cool looking, I've got to say. She's ready for the battle. She's ready to get into it. I could have her attack at any moment, and she'll do a lot of damage. Let's get more magic right now. We can go into it. Let's go ahead and check it out. Veda Buna, I can use that right over here. And then I think I'm going to use another Spirit Leech on that Great Unclean One. There we go. Oh, hold on. Veda Buna. There we go. The Nurgle's afflicted. They're currently being attacked right now. Let's have her go in after that Great Unclean One. You could hear that screech by that dragon. And here it is right now. An awful battle happening. She's leaping right into it. Yeah, I would like to imagine right now she's ready to go fight the Great Unclean One. Whenever you're fighting a Great Unclean One, things are not easy to take on. Those are awful creatures who can do a lot of damage to you. We'll have our infantry move in. Right now, all of the artillery and missile soldiers from Nuln are trying to hit this one tanky creature. I can't even imagine if we were to fight it. That would be an awful situation where very few would be able to get away and live. Let's go now and debuff all of them nearby. They've got, what? Blades of Putrefaction. Nasty. We'll debuff them all. We're going to move her back. She's taking a bit more damage. I have my steam tank now in the middle of it all. On my left flank, we're going to have more infantry moving in. Over here, we have a champion of Nurgle currently hacking away at my soldiers with a scythe. And there goes my brave Meta Whistling, still trying to get into the fight. No matter what, they're going for it. How many kills has my, 61. Not a ton, but it all adds up, I'm sure. The great cannons are so very important. They're doing a lot to really keep me going. My steam tank's gonna help my line keep together. We're still going after that great unclean one, which is yet to die with all that firepower production added. Let's go now and have our dragon use a breath attack on it. Let's go to check it out real quick. That's so cool looking, I've got to say. Just going after one great unclean one. But that is the Carmine dragon. Yeah. Gelt doesn't really trust her at all, which is understandable. The guy's in charge of an institution, and we have someone who's still a member of, but refuses to partake in it. And there it goes right now. They're fighting each other, using breath attacks and whatever they can. That's quite a titanic battle. Look at that. Is it finally dead? It's finally dead, stricken down. We're largely out of magic, so now we're just chasing after more of them as they flee from me. There we go. We can only now chase after what is left of them. My Outriders did not get a lot of kills. Let's have to go after whatever they want. She's going to keep on chasing. We can go over to the right flank and go after whoever we need to. I think they're largely shattered. The battle's now over. If you look at it, the men have won the battle. Many died today. We're still raining down with our artillery, trying to kill a few more of them. So we'll try that out. What a tall and imposing figure. That weapon is rather intimidating to look at. Let's kill more of them. Here, before we leave, let's just try to hit a few more of them. I wonder if that tower's in a way. It might be in a way. Eventually it won't be, though. Yeah, there she is flying above. Okay. Well, we are going to call that there. Let me know down below what future Lord or Lore character you would like to see me cover when it comes to finding it via a modification, or just any character that you want to know more about, or any leader of like a, a county or of a faction too. And if it's well made and if it's good, then I'll check it out. And as always, every link that you need will be linked down below where you can check it out. At times I use a variety of modifications together to give you a good scene of what it would be like in lore. But anyway, I want to thank all of you for watching. Be sure to leave a like and comment down below, and don't forget, YouTube has now added a community tab where I'll be posting updates, polls, images, and other things like that. And I do have a Discord community linked down below my video description where you can post character ideas or just join in conversation. We even play games there too. So look forward to another review tomorrow, as we do every weekend, and as always, until then.